How you doing? Okay, I just thought I would do some home videos. I wanted to show you a little bit. I'm not in very many home videos. It's just kind of the way it was with my family. Like there's all these pictures hanging up of everybody else and none of me. It's not for any bad reason. I just was, they were always kind of embarrassed of me or even ashamed of me because like I come from a Mormon family. I always had long hair or tattoos or dreadlocks or I'm trans or there's always something satanic about me, you know. So there's my sister Stephany. There's Jena. You can see me in the background right there. So you just have to see me, you have to just kind of look in the background. See, I'm wearing my that's my sister Mesha. She died when she was 19. 2 days after my son was born of cancer. I used to love her so much when she was a baby. I babysat her all the time and loved every minute of it. I really loved my sister Mesha a lot. See my Pac-Man shirt? This one's a good one. See them right there. It's the same day. My grandma and grandpa Hefty were here from New York. See how I'm walking? I always put my hands on my hips like that, and like look how see how I'm doing that with my feet? I still do that today. It's just, I think it's one of the interesting things about me is just how little I've changed. Like, I still think and feel the same way I did when I was a kid. It's not like I think like a kid now. It's more like I never was a kid, kind of, you know? I just, I must be a really old soul. I just like, that's my grandma and grandpa. That's my grandma Hefty. She's the part of my family from Salem. And my grandpa Hefty. Here's Mesha and my grandpa Hefty. Mesha was the most adorable little baby. Seriously. Oh, she was so cute. My grandpa Hefty was one of the most outstanding people I've ever met. He just seemed to know a little bit about everything. Okay, so then we went up to Fort Bridger. We used to always go, that's me in the cowboy hat and the cowboy boots. See that thing around? That's my Canon AE1 camera. I wanted to be a wildlife photographer, so I brought my Canon AE1 camera with me everywhere I went in case I saw an animal. See that? It's my grandma. That's my grandma on my dad's side talking to my grandma on my mom's side. And my grandpa. See, there I am. See the Canon AE1? Yep, see? I was ready in case there's like a bear, a deer, or something to take a picture of it. That's my Aunt Mary Jo. She used to put me on the back of a horse and ride me around. That's my great grandma on my mom's side. So my grandma and her mom. Here's my sister. See, in the summertime was water time. We were swimming, running in the sprinklers. So that's Mesha and Jena and Stephany. See, there they are. So that was actually my idea. That's my invention. I invented that. But this is my thing. This is. See that. This is the one time they took a picture of me. So this is my big moment. I had to give a country report. Everybody has to give a country report in 6th grade. I did mine on South Africa because my mom and dad went there and went on a safari, and I always loved Africa because I always loved animals. So I did an amazing job. They filmed the whole thing. I gave like the best country report you've ever seen. I did an outstanding job. So this is me giving my country report in school.
Times bigger than Utah. And they how we have, you know how we have states? Well, they have provinces. They call their states provinces, and it's because all the countries that England rules call them provinces, and they have 5 provinces. And the people that live in South Africa are interesting. That's one of the reasons why some people come. And the tribes each have their own different language. Each tribe has a different language, and the tribes also have different markings. Some of them they punch holes in their ears and they weight it down, and so it gets bigger and bigger. And some of them just have scars on their faces. They start when they're a little kid. Right up, and they just got that up there. And this is a drum right here.
Sounds just like me, right? Doing a report about Africa. Like I'm telling you, it's one of the cool, interesting things about me. It's just how little I've changed. Like, it's amazing, right? Look at how I still move my body the same way. I still have the same interests. I still act the same way. I still think the same way. This is me. I went and watched my cousin, who is a really good wrestler. I watched him wrestle. Now I'm pretending like I'm Howard Cosell, interviewing him.
John, how do you feel about wrestling? Fine. We all think you are the best wrestler.
You just have to know. Like, when we were kids, we used to play house, and then it kind of evolved to doing plays. So me and my sisters, we'd dress up and play. This is just kind of the way our world was. We did things like this. See, here we are doing like a play thing. We have our characters drawn on those things. That's my character. There's Jena and Stephany's characters, see. That's just how we did skits and plays a lot, things like that. So I was always on a baseball team. I played from T-ball all the way to junior high. I was on a baseball team every year. I loved it. I sucked at it. That's actually my mitt right there, a first baseman's mitt. It was my dad's. He let me borrow it. That's my friend Ryan. He was on the same team. That's his dad cheering for me. That's Ryan's dad cheering for me. They always walked me. I don't think I hit the ball one time the whole time. But I was always on a team, even though I sucked and never could hit the ball and everything. Here they are I'm over, you can hear me in the background playing baseball still. This is during the game. The girls are over on the swings. There's like 90% of it's on them. I'm rarely. There's just the country report and that me playing baseball right there. Every other scene I'm like in the background. It's not a big deal though. It's a little weird, I guess. Lots of Stephany. My dad loved to film her and Mesha. See, there's everybody. Why won't it focus? Come on. There's everybody jumping on the tramp. We always had it. We had a trampoline in the backyard. And that's my cousin Todd sled riding down there. This is Jena and Stephany and his sisters. We both had came from families of a bunch of sisters for some reason. See there we are eating. I'm there somewhere. I'm probably like, I don't know. Oh, see, they just said they wanted me to go get the presents. And they can't find me. There I am. See right there in the back? Oh, there's my mom showing the cake. She made cool cakes. Look at that. That's my mom. There I am. My sister's dance recital. They were always doing tap or dance or things like that. I grew up in a house full of leotards and dancing shoes and things like that. There's our house. We had a really cool house. When we lived in North Ogden, there's my mom. That's me. There's Jena, Stephany, and Mesha. Yeah. And here comes my dad. And there's my dad.
We are the proud parents of 4 beautiful children. And today we're going to tell you about each of them and how special they are in our lives.
My brother Alex wasn't born yet.
I love them a lot.
I was 14 when my brother was born. So I was just like the last 4 years, like during high school. So what this is I had to get, like I said, I grew up in the Mormon church. I had to do this thing called the Gospel in Action Award. And to get that award, I always did things like that. Like I got my Eagle Scout, I got my Arrow of Light and Cub Scouts, and I've always getting like these awards, like things like that. You know, if it was something that I liked. This was more something I had to do though. It just meant that I went to Mormon the Sunday school thing, but I had to do a video about my family. So I'm kind of like the director during all this. So my next idea was that we each do a little thing about ourselves and draw posters. So here's on first, since I'm oldest.
And I like to do stuff like art. This is some of my art that I did in 6th grade. And this right here.
Some of my artwork from school.
This is my 6th grade art. And
See, I did like an African guy.
right here.
I've always liked Africa.
We did, and there's a little vanishing point, and you draw the lines to there, and like that, and it's a picture of a building. And this is just color. This is just we did colors and wore them into each other and did designs. And this we just did some African tribe person. And this is just draw some mountains and a sunset and camping.
Yeah, camping. See what I mean? Camping,
One of my favorite things to
mountains.
do is motorized stuff, and I like motorcycles and 3-wheelers and snowmobiles.
My mom didn't let me have a motorcycle, so I just drew pictures of them, really. But if I had a 3-wheeler.
And now I'll show you my 3-wheeler.
It was actually my dad's 3-wheeler because he had his own business. That's my dad's snowmobile. Back in the day, that was like the hot shot snowmobile. Nowadays, the snowmobiles are way better.
And this is my Bravo right here.
That was mine. Yamaha Bravo. That's why I'm so good at doing things like riding motorcycles and 3-wheelers, because that's a little snowmobile, and I had to keep up with everybody on big snowmobiles, and I had to work hard to keep up with people. And there's my 3-wheeler. I almost got in a really bad accident that could have killed me with that.
My name is Jena, and I'm 10, and my birthday is July 14th. My friends are Heidi, Tracy, Cammie, Jill, and Heather, Tara, and Jenny. My teacher this year is Mrs. Korn. I also enjoy playing the piano, and Doug Mann teaches me. At the end of this movie, I'll play a piano solo for you. I also like to dance, and I love to draw. I have a talent at playing the violin. I'll play the violin for you. I don't know when I'll play it for you. I'll play it for you right now, and I'll be I really don't study on the title, just on lightly roll, because I remembered because I played words on it. Now I'll play it for you right now.
This is Mesha. She is my favorite.
Hi, I'm Mr. Art. My name is Mesha. My daughter.
I'm going to read for you.
She knew how to read. She could already read before she went into kindergarten. She's really smart.
Yes. Read it.
Daddy.
No, she knows better than that. She's teasing.
This says, read no more.
See, here's another of those like play things we'd do. We did this with all my cousins. They all came over.
The frog jumped off the stone on which he was sitting and disappeared into the stream. The queen did not know whether or not to believe the frog. When she told the king what they think that they said it.
This is when we lived in Montana. That's me. See, like I'm wearing that same baseball shirt. You just saw me playing. This was like later that year. I love living in Montana. That was Sean and Robbie. Sean and Robbie were my Uncle Chris's little boys. That's Melissa, his girlfriend, and that was her kids. So my mom's reading them a story. I used to love when my mom she would sing to me and read stories to me, and that was like some of my favorite moments growing up. That's Melissa. That's Lori. She's zooms back out here. Lori is Paul Osborne's wife. Paul Osborne is my dad's cousin on the side of the family from Salem, Massachusetts. He's the one I told you that he's the one that always made clam chowder. If you look at my recipe about clam chowder, he's the chef from Boston, Massachusetts. They used to just like always be eating clam chowder, and that's where I learned to like clam chowder. Clam chowder, like they call it in Massachusetts. Montana was a great time. I was very happy there.